The Bull Terrier is a breed of dog in the Terrier family. There is also a miniature version of this breed which is officially known as the Miniature Bull Terrier. Appearance. The Bull Terrier's most recognizable feature is its head, described as egg-shaped when viewed from the front. The top of the skull is almost flat. The profile curves gently downwards from the top of the skull to the tip of the nose, which is black and bent downwards at the tip, with well-developed nostrils. The underjaw is deep and strong. The unique triangular eyes are small, dark, and deep-set. The body is full and round, with strong, muscular shoulders. The tail is carried horizontally. They are generally white in color, walk with a jaunty gait, and are popularly known as the gladiator of the canine race. Temperament. Bull Terriers can be both independent and stubborn and for this reason are not considered suitable for an inexperienced dog owner. They are protective of their family, although comprehensive socialization when they are puppies will prevent them from becoming overprotective and neurotic. They have a strong prey instinct and when unduly challenged may injure or kill other animals, especially cats. That said, puppies brought up with cats and other animals get on well with the animals they know. Early socialization will ensure that the dogs will get along with other dogs and animals. Health. All puppies should be checked for deafness, which occurs in 20% of pure white dogs and 1.3% of dogs and is difficult to notice, especially in a relatively young puppy. Many Bull Terriers have a tendency to develop skin allergies. Insect bites, such as those from fleas, and sometimes mosquitoes and mites, can produce a generalized allergic response of hives, rash, and itching. This problem can be stopped by keeping the dog free of contact from these insects, but this is definitely a consideration in climates or circumstances where exposure to these insects is inevitable. A UK breed survey puts their median lifespan at 10 years and their mean at 9 years, with a good number of dogs living to 10–15 years. History. Early in the mid-19th century the Bull and Terrier breeds were developed to satisfy the needs for vermin control and animal-based blood sports. The Bull and Terriers were based on the Old English Bulldog and one or more of Old English Terrier and Black and Tan Terrier, now known as Manchester Terrier. This new breed combined the speed and dexterity of lightly built terriers with the jaw tenacity of the Bulldog, which was a poor performer in most combat situations, having been bred almost exclusively for fighting bulls and bears tied to a post. Many breeders began to breed bulldogs with terriers, arguing that such a mixture enhances the quality of fighting. Despite the fact that a cross between a bulldog and a terrier was of high value, very little or nothing was done to preserve the breed in its original form. Due to the lack of breed standards, breeding was for performance, not appearance. The Bull and Terrier eventually divided into the ancestors of Bull Terriers, and Staffordshire Bull Terriers, both smaller and easier to handle than the progenitor. About 1850, James Hinks started breeding Bull and Terriers with English White Terriers, looking for a cleaner appearance with better legs and nicer head. In 1862, Hinks entered a bitch called Puss side by his white bulldog called Madman into the Bull Terrier class at the dog show held at the Cremorne Gardens in Chelsea. Originally known as the Hinks breed, and the White Cavalier, these dogs did not yet have the now familiar egg face, but kept the stop in the skull profile. The dog was immediately popular and breeding continued, using Dalmatian, Greyhound, Spanish Pointer, Foxhound and Whippet to increase elegance and agility, and Borzoi and Collie to reduce the stop. Hinks wanted his dogs white, and bred specifically for this. Generally, however, breeding was aimed at increasing sturdiness. 3 subtypes were recognized by judges: Bulldog, Terrier and Dalmatian, each with its specific conformation, and a balance is now sought between the 3. The first modern Bull Terrier is now recognized as Lord Gladiator, from 1917, being the first dog with no stop at all. Due to medical problems associated with all-white breeding, Ted Lyon among others began introducing color, using Staffordshire Bull Terriers in the early 20th century. Colored Bull Terriers were recognized as a separate variety in 1936. Brindle is the preferred color, but other colors are welcome. Along with conformation, specific behavior traits were sought. The epithet White Cavalier, harking back to an age of chivalry, was bestowed on a breed which, while never seeking to start a fight, was well able to finish one, while socializing well with its pack, including children and pups. Hinks himself had always aimed at a gentleman's companion dog rather than a pit fighter, though bullies were often entered in the pits, with some success. Bull Terrier. See also, Miniature Bull Terrier, Bulldog, references. External links, Bull Terrier at DMOZ, 1, information on the dogs and their capabilities.